For other meanings, see Purana. The word Puranas literally means ancient, old, and it is a vast genre of Indian literature about a wide range of topics, particularly myths, legends and other traditional lore. Composed primarily in Sanskrit, but also in regional languages, several of these texts are named after major Hindu deities such as Vishnu, Shiva and Devi. The Puranas genre of literature is found in both Hinduism and Jainism. The Puranic literature is encyclopedic, and it includes diverse topics such as cosmogony, cosmology, genealogies of gods, goddesses, kings, heroes, sages, and demigods, folktales, pilgrimages, temples, medicine, astronomy, grammar, mineralogy, humor, love stories, as well as theology and philosophy. The content is highly inconsistent across the Puranas, and each Purana has survived in numerous manuscripts which are themselves inconsistent. The Hindu Puranas are anonymous texts and likely the work of many authors over the centuries. In contrast, most Jaina Puranas can be dated and their authors assigned. There are 18 Mahapuranas and 18 Upper Puranas, with over 400,000 verses. The first versions of the various Puranas were likely composed between the 3rd and 10th century CE. The Puranas do not enjoy the authority of a scripture in Hinduism, but are considered a smriti. They have been influential in the Hindu culture, inspiring major national and regional annual festivals of Hinduism. Their role and value as sectarian religious texts and historical texts has been controversial, and the sectarian religious practices included in them are considered Vaidika. The Bhagavata Purana has been among the most celebrated and popular texts in the Puranic genre, and is of non-dualistic tenor. The Puranic literature wove with the Bhakti movement in India, and both Dvaita and Advaita scholars have commented on the underlying Vedantic themes in the Mahapuranas. Etymology. Douglas Harper states that the etymological origins of Puranas is from Sanskrit Purana, literally, ancient, former, from pura, formerly, before, cognate with Greek paros, before, pro, before, avestan paro, before, Old English for, from Proto-Indo-European * pre, from root * per, origins. Vyasa, the narrator of the Mahabharata, is hagiographically credited as the compiler of the Puranas. The date of the production of the written texts does not define the date of origin of the Puranas. They existed in an oral form before being written down, and were incrementally modified well into the 16th century. An early occurrence of the term Purana is found in the Chandogya Upanishad, translated by Patrick Olivelas, the corpus of histories and ancient tales. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad refers to Purana as the fifth Veda, Itihasa Puranam Pankamam Vedanam, reflecting the early religious importance of these facts, which over time have been forgotten and presumably then in purely oral form. Importantly, the most famous form of Itihasa Puranam is the Mahabharata. The term also appears in the Atharva Veda 11.7.24. It is important to bear in mind that perhaps 1,000 years separates the occurrence of this term in these Upanishads from the Puranas understood as a unified set of texts, and it is therefore by no means certain that the term as it occurs in the Upanishads has any direct relation to what today is identified as the Puranas. The extant Puranas, states Coburn, are not identical to the original Puranas. Rajendra Hazra notes that Puranas that survive presently do not follow, partially or totally, the characteristic definition of the scope and contents of Puranas as described in ancient non-Puranic Indian texts. In the 19th century, Pargata believed the original Purana may date to the time of the final redaction of the Vedas. The Puranic corpus is a complex body of materials that advanced the views of various competing cults. Wendy Doniger, based on her study of Indologists, assigns approximate dates to the various Puranas.
She dates Markandeya Purana to c. 250 CE, Matsya Purana to c. 250-500 CE, Vayu Purana to c. 350 CE, Haravamsa and Vishnu Purana to c. 450 CE, Brahmanda Purana to c. 350-950 CE, Vamana Purana to c. 450-900 CE, Kurma Purana to c. 550-850 CE, and Linga Purana to c. 600-1000 CE. Texts. Mahapuranas. Of the many texts designated Puranas, the most important are the Mahapuranas. These are said to be 18 in number, divided into 3 groups of 6, though they are not always counted in the same way. Combining the various lists, Cornelia Dimmitt and J. A. B. Van Buitenen have collated 20 names, totaling 429,000 verses. The Mahapuranas have been classified, in modern times, based on whether the major focus of the text is on Vishnu, Brahma or Shiva. The Padma Purana, Uttarakanda, itself a Vaishnava Purana, classifies the Puranas in accordance with the 3 gunas or qualities: truth, passion, and indifference. Upapuranas. The difference between Upapuranas and Mahapuranas has been explained by Rajendra Husras. A Mahapurana is well known, and that what is less well known becomes an Upapurana. Rocha states that the distinction between Mahapurana and Upapurana is a historical. There is little corroborating evidence that either were more or less known, and that the term Mahapurana occurs rarely in Purana literature, and is probably of late origin. The Upapuranas are 18 in number, with disagreement as to which canonical titles belong in that list of 18. They include, among many, Sanat Kumara, Narasimha, Brihannaradiyya, Shiva Rahasya, Durvasa, Kapila, Vamana, Bhargava, Varuna, Kalika, Samba, Nandi, Surya, Parasara, Vasishtha, Devi Bhagavata, Ganesha, Mudgala, and Hamsa, with only a few having been critically edited. The Ganesha and Mudgala Puranas are devoted to Ganesha. The Devi Bhagavata Purana, which extols the goddess Durga, has become a basic text for Devi worshippers. Stala Puranas. This corpus of texts tells of the origins and traditions of particular Tamil Shiva temples or shrines. There are numerous Stala Puranas, most written in vernaculars, some with Sanskrit versions as well. The 275 Shiva Stalams of the continent have Puranas for each, famously glorified in the Tamil literature Tevaram. Some appear in Sanskrit versions in the Mahapuranas or Upapuranas. Some Tamil Stala Puranas have been researched by David Dean Schulman. Skanda Purana. The Skanda Purana is the largest Purana with 81,000 verses, named after deity Skanda, the son of Shiva and Uma, and brother of deity Ganesha. The mythological part of the text weaves the stories of Shiva and Vishnu, along with Parvati, Rama, Krishna and other major gods in Hindu pantheon. In chapter 1.8, it declares, Vishnu is nobody but Shiva, and he who is called Shiva is but identical with Vishnu. Skanda Purana 1.8.20-21. The Skanda Purana has received renewed scholarship interest ever since the late 20th century discovery of a Nepalese Skanda Purana manuscript dated to be from early 9th century. This discovery established that Skanda Purana existed by the 9th century. However, a comparison shows that the 9th century document is entirely different than versions of Skanda Purana that have been circulating in South Asia since the colonial era.